TYT Sports, talking boxing with our guy Robert Exel, the editor-in-chief of boxing.com. Robert, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Let's go to Reliant Arena in Houston, Texas, hosting the WBC Junior Welterweight champion Erik Morales against the challenger Danny Garcia, who possesses a solid record, 22-0 with 14 knockouts. Everyone knows the story on Morales. You know, four titles in 4 divisions: super bantamweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and light welterweight. But I ask you, Robert, are those days for Erik Morales long gone?
Well, they are gone. I don't know how long gone they are, but they are certainly gone. I mean, he's fighting above his natural weight. He is still incredibly knowledgeable. I mean, he really is a professor of boxing. But again, he's not the fighter he was once, and he's taken a lot of punishment over the years. One of the things about Morales and why he's so revered is that he is one tough hombre. He always fought his heart out, and he's been in some amazing wars. I mean, he had a trilogy with Marco Antonio Barrera, a trilogy with Manny Pacquiao. I mean, one of the great featherweights of all time, but he's 35, and he's not getting any younger.
Morales is 35. He's giving up 11 years to the perfect record-holding Danny Garcia. The reason it seemed to be for his 2.5-year layoff after the 2 knockout losses to Manny Pacquiao was that he suffered from many, many concussions. He faces another challenger. His fight before Garcia also had a perfect record with 0 losses. Would you say that it was smart of him to come back? Was there a reason for him coming back? Did he want to prove himself? What is it, Robert?
What it is that Erik Morales loves boxing. Erik Morales loves to fight. Erik Morales loves the smell of the grease paint and the roar of the crowd. It's hard to turn away from a sport in which one has made one's name, in which one has through which one has elevated one's life, and that's exactly what Morales has done. So he's coming back because he believes he can beat this gentleman. He believes he can beat Garcia. I mean, he's not deluded. He has been fighting all of his life, and he is one hell of a great fighter. And he may win this fight. We don't know. I mean, we've seen him perform extremely well in his last couple of fights. He beat Cano, had a split decision against Maidana. So it's not as though Erik Morales is an empty shell. He's got a lifetime worth of knowledge, and Garcia, whatever his gifts, is going to be put to the test. I'm not saying that Morales will win, but I'm saying that it will be competitive, at least while it lasts.
That fight against Maidana was in 2010. The fight was delayed, this one against Garcia, 2 months as Morales had gallbladder surgery. Garcia, it seems to be, the scouting report on him seems to be that he is a clever fighter, but he does not like to press forward. He does not like to cover you with a blanket in the ring. But he has beaten former champions. He has beaten Nate Campbell, and he has beaten Kendall Holt. So what is the right plan of attack for Erik Morales? He can't just go straight at a younger, clever fighter, but he clearly, it seems to be, has to outbox him. But I mean, if you're in his corner, what do you say to him?
Well, Morales has to make Garcia fight Morales' fight. I mean, ultimately, that's what boxing is about. It's the imposition of one man's will over another man's will. And whether he employs skill, smarts, power, experience, that is the ultimate goal. And if Morales can get Garcia to fight his fight, and I'm not sure exactly what his fight is at this point because he's slowed down so much, but if he can impose his will and get Garcia off of his game plan, I mean, Morales has a chance to win it.
I'm going to start doing this more and more as we do more of these interviews because it's simply fun to do. If he wins and if he loses. So let's go to the scenario of if he wins, as in Morales. Does he fight a Timothy Bradley? Does he go after an Amir Khan? What is the appropriate direction and avenue for him to take with his next fight if he beats Danny Garcia on Saturday?
Well, it depends not only what happens between Morales and Garcia, it also depends what happens with Timothy Bradley when he fights Manny Pacquiao, and what happens when Amir Khan has his rematch with Lamont Peterson. I mean, both of those fighters have major fights ahead of them. No guarantee that either of them is going to win. So it really remains to be seen in all three cases what his next move will be. But clearly his focus needs not to be on Timothy Bradley or on Amir Khan. His focus needs to be on Garcia.
And what is the right fight for him, or even retirement, if he loses?
That's so hard to say. I mean, fighters do not like to retire. As you know, you look at the history of boxing, and so few fighters get out while they're on top. They stay too long. It's a habit of fighters. They can't give it up. Boxing is like a drug, and once you get hooked on that drug, you're hooked on that drug. And this is from outside the ring speaking. When you're inside the ring, or when one is inside the ring, I think that drug is even more potent. Perhaps he'll retire. Obviously, he's had some medical problems. He's 35 years old. I know he's financially set for life. He doesn't need to keep fighting, but again, he loves fighting. He loves boxing. He loves the competition. So it wouldn't surprise me that even with a loss, that he will not continue.
I was going to ask you, there's no financial reason for this comeback. He is financially set. He's just coming back because he simply loves the sport.
That is it. That's what I understand. I think that's why they all keep fighting, is because they love the sport. I mean,
well, except for Evander Holyfield, that is.
Well, I mean, he loves the sport. I mean, there's no question that Evander loves the sport.
Yeah, but he's broke.
Well, they say he's broke, but he's living in a house that's the size of, it's 10 times the size of the White House in Washington, D.C. I mean, they say he's broke, but there's broke and there's broke. He may not have much in the bank. He may be in debt, but he's living extremely well, and he's living the life of a celebrity, because he, in fact, is a celebrity. And it was celebrity not gained through acting on stage or screen. It was a celebrity gained through his fists, and that's celebrity of a whole different order.
So at the end of the night, do you think that Erik Morales will beat the 22-0 Danny Garcia and advance his career that much more?
I think that he will beat Danny Garcia, but I don't know how much more he'll be advancing his career. He beat the last unbeaten opponent that he faced, and I think he probably has enough to beat this opponent as well. But whether that advances his career in a substantial way, I have serious doubts. He's already a legend. How much more legendary can he become?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Robert Exel, the editor-in-chief of Boxing.com, thank you very much for the time, and we'll talk next week.
My pleasure.